Okay, ready for the first thing?
Yep, I'm all ears. What's the first thing you need help with?
Okay, I need to go back and re-evaluate my competitors. I want to know if their prices have changed in the last few months. So I'm in the video. I provide video services like advertisements, infomercials, and such. And there are hundreds of companies that do this. For example, there are probably 10 or 20 major video houses in every major city in the United States. I need to get a sampling, maybe one or two from New York, one or two from Denver, like that. I suppose there's several different ways I could go about doing it, such as I could pose as a customer and say, I've got this job, we need a quote, or I could do other things. What are your initial suggestions on how to go about getting the information?
Start by checking their websites or social media pages, as many companies post pricing or service updates there. You could also reach out directly, posing as a potential client with a specific project in mind, like a short ad or infomercial, to get quotes without tipping your hand. For a sampling, pick one or two companies in key cities like New York, Denver, Los Angeles, and Chicago. Look for mid-sized firms like Toe Studios in New York or Spilt in Denver, which are active in video ads. Call or email with a clear pitch, like a 30-second commercial, and ask for ballpark costs or recent rate cards. If you want to stay low-key, check industry forums or sites like Upwork, where freelancers and firms sometimes share pricing trends. Avoid scraping or unethical data grabs, as that could backfire. Want me to look up specific companies or recent pricing discussions for you?
Well, there's so many levels of pricing, and I don't want to purposely examine the highest pricing people. I want to try to be fair so that when I talk to my potential clients, I can say, here are my competitors' prices and here are my prices. How do I go about doing that? I mean, I know what I do. If I told you what I do, could you look at the whole video services industry and place me at a certain level or not?
Sure, I can help you figure that out. If you tell me about your services, like your typical project types, turnaround times, and price range, I can compare that to general industry trends and suggest where you sit. To get fair competitor pricing without targeting just the high-end players, try these steps. First, browse mid-tier companies' websites in cities like New York or Denver. Look for firms like Animus Studios or TDA Advertising, which often list base rates or packages for ads and infomercials. Second, call or email a few, acting as a client, and ask for quotes on a standard project, like a 1-minute commercial, to get a sense of their mid-range pricing. You could also check job platforms like Production Hub for recent rate discussions among mid-level video houses. When presenting to clients, you'll have a solid spread of prices to show you're competitive without cherry-picking the top dogs. Want to share your service details so I can pinpoint your tier and suggest specific competitors to research?
Yes. Okay, we do a lot of things. We do at least two things, maybe three. One thing we do that's very popular is we do a 30-minute infomercial, which is an infomercial slash interview style infomercial for the client. But then we also post that on social media for them, like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Tumblr, like that. So that's one thing we do. Another thing we do is we make a 3-minute ad for them in a proprietary way, which we then blast out to 211 million unique daily users on social media, and we get it done quickly in 371 minutes. So those are the two main things. So given that, where do you think I sit in the different levels of advertising, marketing, etc.?
Based on what you've shared, your services sound like a mix of mid to upper tier offerings in the video production and digital marketing space. The 30-minute infomercial with an interview style, combined with social media posting on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Tumblr, suggests a specialized service that blends traditional video production with social media distribution. That's a solid niche, catering to clients who want long-form content with broader reach. Your 3-minute ad, delivered in just 371 minutes, that's lightning fast at roughly 6 hours, with access to a proprietary distribution to 211 million unique daily users, puts you in a competitive spot, likely appealing to clients who value speed and scale. In the industry, you're probably sitting in the mid to high range. Entry-level firms might charge a few $1,000s for basic infomercials or short ads without much distribution muscle. Mid-tier companies, like those on Production Hub or mid-size agencies in cities like Denver or Chicago, typically charge $10,000 to $50,000 for a polished 30-minute infomercial with basic social media pushes. Your proprietary distribution network and fast turnaround for the 3-minute ad could push you toward the higher end, where boutique agencies or specialized firms charge $50,000 to $100,000 or more per project, especially with access to such a large audience. To confirm your competitors' pricing fairly, check mid-tier players like Animus Studios in New York or Spilt in Denver.
Okay. Let me see. What do I need to know? Golly. Let's do this. Let me, if I could. I'm so tired right now. I'm having a hard time thinking straight.